In the spirit of reconciliation, the new Blurt acknowledges the traditional custodians of country throughout Australia and their connections to land, sea, and community. We pay our respect to their elders past and present and extend that respect to all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples today.
You absolutely are listening to the new Blurt, the lockdown in Victoria, new Blurt. How are you doing, Wency? How you going, buddy?
Doing well, but feel for you guys in a lockdown 4.0. More importantly, how are you going?
Yeah, well, it's interesting that you say that because sort of this is what's going through my mind quite a lot. Just getting out of jail.
Yeah.
We're just locked down. So much. And there it is. Jailbreak. That's what we're looking at. That is what we're looking for in Victoria at the moment.
Yes.
But we should get out of it next Friday. So,
hopefully sooner.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, we only had another 2 cases today, so
and if it stays that way, maybe they'll realise that it's safe to open up earlier. So
I have absolutely no doubt if they can open earlier, they will. I have no doubt about it at all. So, I mean, they know how much money businesses are losing, and not only that, they have to pay the businesses.
Yeah, exactly.
Not so it's in their interest to do that. But the one thing I have not done tonight, Wency, is I have not said what's on the show. So I need to crack on with that.
Oh, yes, you do.
Now, last week's show was quite a short one. It was about 35 odd minutes. But this week's will be back to normal, which is around about 45. Sometimes it blows out. But anyway, we have got some fantastic segments on the show tonight. We have the Beasts of Blurtdom, all about weird and wonderful animals in the wild, or maybe not in the wild. They could be domestic. Who knows? Whatever we find, whatever's interesting. And fun facts. I love a fun fact. And I know that you've got some interesting ones about Brisbane up there. So I look forward to seeing that. And Hypothetical is a brand new segment on the new Blurt. I have absolutely no idea what's going to happen. And Wency's going to shock the crap out of me. So that's basically what's happening here. And,
it's going to be a good shock.
Looking forward to that one. That'll be good. And then the last one to round us off will be Listen to This, our music segment, where our music guru, if you like, Wency will and has been reviewing music over the last couple of weeks to bring you something that's worth listening to. He's brought us some fantastic stuff. He brought us the Rubens, which I have listened to since then and always listen to quite a lot now. And Tash Sultana, who I've just now fallen in love with because they are fantastic. And
they sure are.
It's a bit of a balance. 1, fallen in love. 2, absolutely hate. So,
Okay.
I think you can understand why.
I am looking forward to see how you react to this week's review. That's later. That's later.
It is later. But no, the reason for Tash Sultana is because she plays 20 instruments, and I think if you can just play one, you should be suffice with that. Just crack on and do something else. But no, she has to play all 20.
I know you're jealous.
I am. I absolutely am jealous. No doubt about it.
You can play one instrument, Tash.
Just. One of these days, I'll try to get a decent solo and try to jam it into some sting, and I won't tell you it was me. And
how about Jailbreak? That should be a good one for you to learn.
Yes,
for the next week's Blurt.
Yes, I could learn that for next week's Blurt. That's true.
Just don't do Stairway to Heaven, please.
That's too hard. You got to learn a bit for that one. Okay, so Wency, What's going on? What's going on in your world, my friend? What's all happening? Oh, just before we do say anything, sorry, I apologise. I'll probably apologise for jumping in there. It is the last day of Reconciliation Week.
Yes.
We talked about Reconciliation Week last week. Have you got anything to say on that, Wency?
I hope people have watched or participated in some event this week. But today is also the anniversary of Mabo getting through Parliament all those years ago.
Damn, we should have done something on that.
Yeah, we should have. Yeah, so it's marked annually every year, obviously, because of the Mabo case, which happened in 1992, from memory.
We don't have anywhere near enough time to spend the time tonight on Mabo, and it's a super important case, and I think it should be discussed, not necessarily in its entirety, because that could take 4 hours, but I think we should give it a good. Yeah, we should definitely give it a good going over. So I think we'll definitely whack that in next week's show. I don't know. I'll think about how we'll put it in. It might go under Great People That Did Stuff, because that was who was that? Oh, I should know the Indigenous guy. Is it Lingari? Is it?
Not
the
sure.
guy who put the sand through Gough Whitlam's hands, I think. It's in a Paul Kelly song. From Big Things, Little Things Grow, I think it is. Or the other way around, from Little Things, Big Things Grow. Anyway, we will get some more information on that next week. So we sound like we know what we're talking about.
Sounds good.
But it's good that you mentioned Mabo, definitely. Absolutely.
Yes.
So this is the last day. National Reconciliation Week goes from the 27th of May to the 3rd of June.
Correct.
Just a couple of things with that as well. I don't know if you're aware, Wency, but they've just discovered another hundreds and hundreds of people that were part of the stolen generation. I can't remember where the evidence has come from. I don't think it's graves. Again, I need to do more research on that, but I definitely know they found more evidence to say that we haven't accounted for anywhere near as enough stolen generation here. And I mentioned that as well in the same breath, that in Kamloops in Alberta, in Canada. Yeah, they found another 200 graves of what they call, it was called a school. It was in the 1930s, I think, 1920s, something around that time sort of thing. And the school, if you like, was all about teaching them, impressing on them Catholic ways, and trying to, get rid of their native Uruguay and all the different, tribes of Indians. I don't want to call them Indians. I don't know what you call them.
Yeah, I think they are called Indians in North America.
In North America.
Because I remember seeing some placards of people protesting in front of that school with the Indian word on it. So I think that's what they are called. Yeah. So it's no different to what we've experienced here in Australia and what we've done with our Indigenous.
Yeah. And the other thing they found as well is that they've now found, like our Indigenous, they've now found that their Indigenous have been there for over 60,000 years as well.
Yeah, I wasn't aware of that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we've always sort of had this idea that our Indigenous people, and it may be just because, I don't know, the evidence of rock paintings and the song lines and the history from that perspective, and the amount of investigation that has gone into it, that they know that they're anywhere between 60 and 100,000 years old. But I don't know if that amount of investigation went into other Indigenous around the world. I'm not sure. I don't know.
Maybe there's just not enough evidence uncovered. Maybe there's been more erosion in Canada than here, and we've been able to, or Australia's, I don't know, the continent here has been able to keep those. English has left me this evening.
Yes, I know it's always hard when vocabulary leaves you when you're live.
Exactly,
not a good
exactly.
situation to be in.
Yes.
It's really not.
Yes, but yeah, we've kept the evidence here and very well preserved, I think is what I was trying to say.
Yes. Well, I think you're right. I think you're 100% right. Oh, wow. Look at that. So it is the 3rd of June, 2021. And believe it or not, we're in winter. We're in winter. I don't know what you're
Really?
in Queensland. Well, yeah,
Not
because
winter.
June's winter.
I'm in the t-shirt.
Yeah.
No
I'm in
heater.
the fleece, but I'm all right. I'm okay. We don't have the heater on. I'm okay. I'm all right. We put some new blinds on the back of the house, like Fairnick and block-out blinds, and it's unbelievable. It makes so much difference instantaneously. Oh,
yeah,
phenomenal! It's phenomenal.
So it keeps the heat in and cold out.
Time. Yep, really, and you can feel it too, because as soon as the blind's down, you feel all the heat, and then when it's cold, you put your hands on the window behind, and it's really cold, but the blind is warm in front, so it's definitely doing a good job. So
wait till summer when it comes into effect too, when it blots the heat out.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. We'll have a nice little fridge, which would be cool. So now our first segment tonight is Beasts of Blurtdom, and for the life of me, I can't find a sting for it. So what I'm going to do is just if we just do like if I just
should I just join
11
in?
minutes and just do that a few times. That should give me just enough time to get a sting in when the podcast comes around. So there you go.
This is what you get when you go live.
That's what you get when you go live. You get all the warts and all version. So do you want to go first with your Beasts of Blurtdom?
Sure, I'll go with I wouldn't call it a beast. Because it is only 2 to 7 inches long, this little beast.
Wow, this is a family show, you know.
Oh, was it? Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, maybe we'll just scrap this segment then. It's how you use it, don't forget. Okay.
Well, that is true. Very true.
Yes.
My mate used to say, it's not the size of your wand, it's the magic in it. So
yes. Oh, exactly.
I always thought that was a very good one. Very, very good one.
Oh dear. Definitely not a family show now.
You got a 2-inch, 7-inch wand over there you want to talk about?
Yes, I do. Right. I do. Okay. So this little creature is called the peacock mantis shrimp. Obviously found in the ocean. Like I said,
hope so. Otherwise, it's going to be pretty solo. Not going to find a mate very quickly.
Not easily. No. Yeah, I don't want to know how they catch the or how they attract the opposite sex, but we'll find out other more important things. So so like I said, 2 to 7 inches long, but what it does, it has appendages and it wraps around its body. But in a matter of milliseconds, it unfolds it, and the pressure and its appendages hit the prey, and it literally pulverizes its prey, breaks it up, I guess, and then it just feeds on the dead body
with its appendage.
Yeah, so it must have all these little legs that it's just got wrapped around. And then it just unfurls it 50 times faster than you can blink.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and it just pulverizes its prey. Gets knocked out.
What is its prey? What does it live on?
It lives off. I did have that here somewhere. Here we go. So gastropods, crabs, mollusks. It does have a few predators. Some large fish will eat it. It's not.
How big did you say this thing was?
Only 2 to 7 inches. So
2 to 7 inches
from that to that.
Well, 7 inches is actually 7 inches is quite big.
Yeah, I mean, probably the size of a banana.
7 inches is about
average banana. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's a pretty big banana. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, it's about 7 inches, around about.
For those listening on the audio, yes, Kex is just measuring it out with his fingers on the screen.
Very true. Very, very true. Very good for radio. Very good.
Yes.
I like my head, really. But
Yeah, I was going to say like our heads, but yes.
but what I was going to say was that yeah. So I suppose if you think about a foot, that's probably about 7 inches.
No, foot is 12 inches. So it's
Well,
half a
yes.
foot.
Sorry, my bad. A measurement of a foot is, but sort of an average size foot is probably around
Right.
7
Okay.
inches, probably.
Yes.
So
Yeah. So,
but anyway,
well, that, in the metric system, that translates to about 50 millimeters to what's that? 140? No, about
it's
160
about 18
millimeters.
centimeters.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's about 18, 19 centimeters, and
Yeah.
that you imagine that's a pretty big animal in the water.
Is.
Like
Yeah.
if that's a shrimp type thing. How wide is that shrimp?
I don't know, but looking at the photos, it'll probably about an inch wide, 2 inches wide.
Wow. I mean, if you were in the water and that thing was around you, that would be pretty freaky.
It would,
you know,
especially when you see the colors. It's beautiful to look at. It's like fluorescent blue, yellow, orange, reds.
we'll
It's just
definitely put a
amazing.
link to this in the show notes for sure, so you can
For
have a look
sure.
yourself. Because
Yeah.
I haven't seen it, and I look forward to doing so. It sounds particularly awesome.
And any scuba divers out there, if you're out in the Indian Ocean or Pacific Ocean, look out for it.
Nice work. Love your work, Wency. Very, very good. What was it called again? The something mantis brain?
Peacock mantis shrimp.
The peacock mantis shrimp. My goodness
So
gracious.
peacock must be for the colors. Mantis because it just chomps on its feet.
Does it look like it's
prey.
got its hands or something together? Or
Yeah, it does look a bit like a mantis.
Okay.
I haven't seen the side of the body to see if it looks like a shrimp, but or a prawn as we call them.
Yeah. Well, that is pretty cool.
It's fascinating.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, no, absolutely. That is fascinating.
Have you got any
indeed.
beasts?
I do indeed. Australian scientists have discovered a chocolate frog. It was in his lunchbox. Need a bullfish in there. No, it's not in his lunchbox. It's in the New Guinea swamps. The Latoria mirror has been declared a new species despite looking very similar to the Australian green tree frog. I've got to tell you, it is one of the cutest things I reckon you'll ever see.
How can it be called a chocolate frog if it's like the Australian green tree frog? Isn't that green?
No. They're not saying it's green. They're saying the actual makeup of the frog. Apart from the color, it's really very, very similar. In sort of in sort of the frog base, if you like. If you like.
Okay.
So an Australian scientist has discovered a new species of frog, and so they called it the chocolate frog in the rainforest swamp of New Guinea. Steve Richards, a frog specialist, South Australia Museum, first found the spotted cocoa-coloured creature in 2016, an incredibly challenging habitat. That could be why it took so long to find this frog. It's swampy, it's spiky, and there's lots of malaria-carrying mozzies. It sounds like a lovely place to holiday. It floods there, crocodiles, and not many roads. It's a really unpleasant place to work. Oh, my God.
Dedication.
At least he tells it like it is, and I like people that do that, so that's pretty good. To the untrained eye, the Latoria mirror looks almost identical to the Australian green tree frog.
Right. Okay.
Except for its glossy brown skin, which I would have thought is slightly big difference. But what do I know? I'm not a frog aficionado. Its closest relative of the Australian green tree frog, and I would have thought the linked rabbit as well. But the genetic analysis shows the Latoria mirror has evolved to become genetically distinct to the point where the two species would not be able to breed.
Wow.
So that is a little bit of a problem, I would have thought, especially if they want any more of them. So
imagine if they bred, they'd be chocolate minty frogs.
Yes, I know. You're making me hungry now. We named the new frog Latoria mirror because the word mirror, which is spelled M-I-R-A, means surprised or strange in Latin. And I would have thought you knew that.
No.
I thought you might have known that.
No.
I definitely, obviously didn't.
I thought you were saying the word mirror, like the reflective.
Yeah. No, it's MIRA, and I may be
Yeah.
pronouncing that incorrect as well. It could be Myra for all I know.
Yeah,
Oliver said the word mirror means surprised or strange in Latin, but it doesn't tell you what Latoria means, which, it's a little bit disappointing. But Richards has discovered a few frog species before in Australia, about 200 in New Guinea. He said it was sometimes obvious when something was new, but in the case of the chocolate frog, it was a long wait for the signs to stack up. The research paper, co-written by Richards and Oliver, is being published in the Australian Journal of Zoology. So we'll get that in the show notes as well. It's a beautiful, beautiful frog. It's got to be said.
Yeah,
So
must be quite exhilarating in this day and age to actually still find new species on this planet.
I would think so.
How long we've been here, and I think good to see.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think you're 100% right. I think it would definitely be good to do that. To find,
much fun.
It will be.
Although to find this one, you had to go to all those lengths in that obscure outback of Papua New Guinea.
And he probably had to go through a lot of dodgy animals before he found a really good one too. He probably just found all these sort of Raggedy Ann animals that you just didn't want to tell anyone about. And then he found this really cute one and just went, oh yeah, I'm going to tell everyone about this. Yeah. But, so that was a bit of fun.
That was very fun.
Talking about fun, we are up to fun facts. So I know a little birdie told me that you have some fun facts. So
I do.
Go for it, my friend Wency.
Okay. I don't know if you've explored much of Brisbane, but we've only been here for 7 years now, going on our 8th. What we noticed that a lot of the streets here don't have footpaths. And I came across an article recently that was published a few months ago.
What you talking about, Willis?
What you talking about, Willis? That across Brisbane, there are 4,922 kilometres of concrete footpaths, which of course need maintenance and things like that. But in total, only 40%, 40% of them, of those streets don't have concrete footpaths. And only 30% have a partial footpath. And so...
What do you walk on water over there?
No, you just walk on the road or on the grass.
Is that right?
Yeah. So the total length of streets with no footpaths is 1,348 kilometres, which is further... it's about distance from here to Melbourne.
Do they wear shoes?
No, of course not.
No, that's what I thought.
That was the other thing that I found fascinating when I got to Brisbane.
No shoes.
Pick the human who is wearing shoes. Where are they? Oh, there's one.
Do you have a lot of Kiwis up in Brisbane?
I have come across a few. A lot of Colombians.
They're very much a non-shoe wearing nation.
And they wear jangles too, don't they?
What did you call them?
Jangles.
With Jangles. Jangles.
No idea. They're thongs, aren't they? Or sandals? Jandals. Yeah, that's
Jandals, yes, because obviously we have sandals. And so they need to call them jandals.
Of course. Makes sense.
You do the maths. I got no idea. I mean, we call ours speed bumps. They call theirs jutta bars because that's what it makes them do, and they go over it. You know? So, I mean, I don't think they call vomit over there vomit. I think they just call it because that's what it is when you do it. You know, I mean,
my favourites are the chili bin.
Oh,
I love the chili bin.
A chili bun.
A
chili bun. A chili bun with the eggs.
Yes.
You can get your eggs on the chili bun.
On the chili bun.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, that is a fun fact and an interesting one as well.
Yeah, very and frustrating too, especially when it's raining and you're trying to walk down a hill with no footpaths and just grass and mud.
That doesn't sound like.
No, not at all.
But I have some fun here. That is pretty fun, and there's a couple of interesting ones here. Did you know that only 5% of the ocean has been explored?
I didn't know that, but I'm also not surprised.
That's because it's massive, isn't it? I mean,
yes,
it's just crazy. But I mean, the interesting thing about that is that we've got humans of some kind who've been on the Earth for 60,000, 100,000 years, whatever. And then we've got people over the last, 200, 300, 400, 1,000 years, whatever, discovering the ocean as much as they possibly can. And we've got, so many of them doing it, and yet it's still only 5%. So the ocean's just giving them the big bird. Just going, you keep exploring me, but seriously, it's not doing you any good.
You'll die first before I die.
Yes, exactly right. The ocean covers some 70% of the Earth's surface, and it's understandably much harder to explore than land. As much as 20% of the ocean floor has now been mapped, thanks to advancements in sonar technologies. And speaking of technology, one reason we have explored so little of the ocean is that we've only developed the technology for doing so in the last 100 years. So that's what I was just saying.
Yeah.
So all those thousands of years, but it's only the last 100 years they've actually had the technology to do it. So interesting. Now you may know friends that would maybe do this more, and obviously some that do it less. And you may balk at some of the figures I'm about to read to you. Most people fart around 14 to 23 times a day. Now, I haven't counted, and I'm not starting.
Okay, hang on. Ready?
I might actually start just one time, just out of curiosity. So,
how do you count the ones when you're asleep?
Oh, yes, that's very hard, isn't it? Yeah, because I tell you, that's funny and sneaky, that is, because when you're asleep and sort of when you're not asleep, clearly doing inverted commas in the air, not asleep, and you sort of half awake, you're not exactly sure where you are because you've just been in a dream or sort of whatever, and you've just sort of farted and you've just gone, oh yeah, that's all right, and then you sort of realize that your partner was right behind you, facing your way. You did that, but you didn't actually do it on purpose, and you didn't know. You weren't fully, aware of your actions at the time, and then
let alone your surroundings.
Absolutely, and then and then you fake being asleep very, very quickly.
Yeah.
But anyway, so the foods most linked to farting include beans, broccoli, milk, corn, fiber, foods such as fruit, peas, and cabbage. Yeah, cabbage is a shocker. I find cabbage a real shocker. There is a species of spider called the hobo spider.
I don't know if I want to know about this. I hate spiders.
It's all right. It's only very short. The hobo spider, the Eratogena agrestis, can actually be found in many places across the world, from Europe to Central Asia, as well as some parts of North Queensland. No, it says North America. It's all right. It's okay.
I was going to say, because we're in southeast Queensland, so it's okay.
That's all right. You're like, yeah, crawl up there. That's fine. This crafty little critter doesn't live in standard spider web. Instead, it constructs a funnel made of web in the ground and waits for its prey to strike. That's exactly like the Sydney funnel web. Yeah. Called the hobo spider. Yeah, they are. That's
we did it first.
Yeah, we did. We did indeed do that. Okay, well, that has
Awesome.
been extremely fun.
Interesting.
I hope you enjoyed that. I love that. That was awesome. It's 8:30. It's 3rd of June, 2021. We have been going for about 30 minutes. We are about to do a brilliant new segment, and I'm looking forward to it. I don't have any sting of any kind, but I will when it comes into the
Now.
Yeah. So I'll have a sting at that time when I hear that, and I'll just whack it in there. So,
awesome.
So over to you, my friend. Hypothetical. Let's go.
Alrighty. Welcome to our new segment. Hopefully, won't be the first and last.
No, hopefully not. Hopefully not.
Hopefully you enjoy it. Hopefully everyone else enjoys it.
Very much so.
Let's get on with my hypothetical.
That's it.
All right.
On.
Kegs.
Yes.
I'm going to name a few musical legends.
Oh, go on.
Elvis.
Mm-hmm.
Queen.
Yes.
Prince.
Yes.
The Doors.
Yes.
Whitney Houston.
Yes.
David Bowie.
Yes.
The Beatles.
Yes.
Jimi Hendrix.
Yes.
Ella Fitzgerald.
Yes.
Janis Joplin.
Yes.
Amy Winehouse.
Yes.
All great musical talents.
Amazing.
All of them passed away, sadly.
Yes.
Gonski. Well, obviously Queen and the Beatles, we've still got a few members going.
Oh, yes.
But my hypothetical, you're given the chance to go back in time, and you've got one ticket to go to their concert. Which one would you pick of all those names?
Which concert do I go to?
Yes. Which concert would you go to?
My God. What did you have in there? You had the Doors.
Yeah.
Elvis. I like Janis Joplin, but for me, she just yells just a little bit too much. She's very aggressive.
So I've got the list there for you, so you can see it in the chat. In our
okay.
Chat.
Oh, let me have a look at this.
All right. Okay. Yes, it was Elvis, Queen, Prince.
Oh, yes,
the Doors.
yes. Well, definitely not Whitney. Definitely not going there. And David Bowie. No, love David Bowie, but Bowie. The Beatles. No, not going there. I love Ella Fitzgerald. She is absolutely magnificent.
One of my favorites.
I love Amy Winehouse too. She's fantastic.
Yeah, she's had a great voice.
But I would have to say, without a shadow of any doubt whatsoever, it would have to be the man himself. It would have to be Jimi Hendrix.
Oh, would you? Wow.
Experience.
Yeah.
I would never ever get to experience, because there's so many really good guitarists that in fact Prince, a classic example.
Yeah, he's very talented.
A lot of his playing on Jimi Hendrix.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, there's so many really good guitarists now that get a lot from Jimi Hendrix. Jimi Hendrix really started avant-garde, hardcore axe shredding, if you like. He's just one out of the box. I mean, you know, the interesting thing about this as well is that so many of those died at 27. So Janis Joplin, I think, died at 27. Jimi Hendrix did, and so did Amy Winehouse.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm not sure what age Whitney Houston died at, but I can tell you it was far too early. Yeah,
I think she was in her 30s or 40s,
Yeah, it was far too early.
40s,
and
40s,
what's his name from the Doors was far too early too.
Yeah, it would have been late 20s, early 30s, I'm sure. I don't think.
What age did Ella Fitzgerald leave us?
She 50 plus.
I was going to say, well, that's a good life. I'm thinking,
she had a good life.
No, it's not. I'm 52, thanks. I hope that plus is a very bloody big plus. So,
I hope so.
No,
that's interesting.
Definitely Jimi Hendrix.
Because I was toying between Queen and David Bowie and Prince, and I think I settled on Queen. because
well,
just
I mean, David, David Bowie, in his Glass Spider days would have been pretty amazing, I would have thought.
Yeah.
Because he was off his tree. So it's always an interesting show.
Yeah.
But he was very talented as well. And you're right. I mean, gee whiz, Queen live at their peak.
At their peak.
With Freddie.
In the packed stadiums, right up the front, amongst everyone else. It just would have been just fantastic, just listening to him live.
Just a massive super spreader event.
Would be now.
But yeah, no, it would be amazing. But we play quite a lot of Ella Fitzgerald. Love Ella Fitzgerald. Ella does one with come on. Who's the great Satchmo? What's his name?
Louis Armstrong.
Yeah, Louis Armstrong. Yeah. So Ella Fitzgerald does quite a few CDs with him, and it's I can't even do it. But I'm not going to try. But
no.
Ella Fitzgerald, and it's fantastic. It's a really, really good. Really good CD. So that was an awesome little segment.
Good.
And they are some fantastic acts. They are really, really good. I think probably maybe what I love the idea of the hypothetical on different things. It'll be interesting how you manifest different questions and what they'll be part of. Like, if they're part of not the acting game so much, but they may be, I don't know, they may be part of a political scene, or they may be part of a social scene of a certain year, or whatever the situation.
Yeah, that's my thinking.
Maybe, you can save someone from dying, or
like moral questions.
Moral dilemmas and things like that. So, that's really.
I thought I'd start off with something good and interesting. Yeah.
No, very cool. I thought for me, big thumbs up. That's a big thumbs up, people, from me, and you can see my thumb is up, which means it's a big thumb up. So, with that, I give you this.
It's very simple. Stop what you're doing and listen to this.
It's all about Wency. It's all about Wency. Listen, people.
Front and center today for me. Sorry for everyone out there. Okay, so this week I am reviewing another Australian act by the name of Genesis Owusu. And I'll be reviewing his album, which is called Smiling with No Teeth. Owusu was born in 1998 in Ghana. Original name is Kofi Owusu Ansah. His family moved to Australia in 2000 when he was just over 2 years old. He's been surrounded by music all his life. His mother was the leader in the church choir, so he was listening to music from even from as early age as being in the womb. His dad listened to all styles of music, from rock to jazz to pop and everything else. So he's always had music around him. They moved to Canberra when they came to Australia, and he was studying journalism with dreams of traveling around the world and becoming a music journo. But in the end, he became a musician instead. That was the bigger dream. His older brother is a producer and had a studio in the house. So he would often ask his younger brother, Genesis Owusu, to write some lyrics to some of the music that he was producing, and that's how he got into it all. He has a blend of hip hop, punk, jazz, rap in his music. He was an Unearthed High finalist on Triple J's Unearthed back in 2015.
Tash Sultana was Unearthed too, was she?
Yes, she was. They were.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's
So
right. Yep.
thanks Triple
Do they?
J. They do so much for
Oh, yeah.
for our music industry.
Yeah.
Genesis was also an unearthed artist who represented the ACT in the Laneway Festival in 2017. So that's when he was still starting up and getting his name out there. He was interviewed by someone at Triple J when he was still on the up and up. He was asked, "What's the best advice you've been given, and who was it from?" And his reply was, "Kanye Wentz." Not me.
Kanye Wentz. Far better than Kanye West.
Oh, yeah.
Far
Much better.
I'm going to just call you Kanye from now on.
All right, you do that. Without the millions, of course. I don't have the millions.
Oh, billions. He's billions, isn't he?
Oh, is he billions now, is he?
I think he's billions.
Yeah. Right. So Kanye West once told me, "You see, there's leaders and there's followers, but I'd rather be a dick than a swallower."
That's what Kanye West said to him.
That's what. Yeah.
Oh God! And he listened to him, did he?
He listened to him, so he went out there and just did what he wanted to do.
I'm looking at this Genoa Owusu dude. Does he only have gold teeth? What the hell's going on?
Yes, he's got the dreads. He's got the gold teeth. I don't think they're fake. I think they're either gold caps.
He can't just have all gold teeth, surely.
Well, that's what it looks like. I haven't seen.
It does. Yes, it does.
Doesn't it? I don't know if they're real or not, but they don't they have gold caps these days, and you can just.
I don't know. Jesus,
know.
He's an interesting cat.
He is, isn't he? Yeah. So let me just play a little bit of one of my favorite tracks called "The Other Black Dog," which is on the album.
Yeah. And what's the album called? Sorry.
Smiling with No Teeth.
Smiling with No Teeth.
Yes.
Okay.
All right, so,
definitely looking out for this one as well.
Yeah.
You've been spot on the money on the other one. Oh, good.
This is the song that got me into Genesis.
So did your kids put you onto this dude, or
no? I heard him on Triple J. They played one of his songs. I think it was this one some months ago. The album only got released. I think it was April. And I heard it and went, "Oh wow, this is interesting," and I got right into it. Just the range of his singing. Some as you listen through the album, some of his tracks, he's got this suave Barry White silky tone to it.
Oh, wow.
And then there's other times when it sounds a bit more like reminds me of Lenny Kravitz a little bit.
Wow. Okay.
So it's not that deep voice, and just still quite nice to listen to.
It's intriguing.
Yeah, it's very intriguing. He's actually on tours at the moment, on the tail end of his Australian tour. He's in Perth today and tomorrow. Brisbane on June 10, 2 shows in Brisbane June 10, and Sunshine Coast June 12, 2 shows again. So I looked at his website. Most of those performances have sold out. I think there might be a few in the Sunshine Coast still available, but highly recommended. Love the album. Wow. Quite a bit of swearing in many of the songs.
Isn't there always?
All
the new stuff.
I
don't think you're allowed to make music nowadays without swearing in it.
Without swearing, exactly.
No,
a lot of times he talks about the black dog, and of course that's quite commonly used for depression, but It can also be
Depression, did you say?
Depression. What did I say?
No. I'm just asking.
No.
Did you say
Okay.
depression with a
Yes.
D or repression
Depression.
with an R?
Depression when you're
Is that what the black dog
mental
means?
state. Yeah, so when you're
Oh,
suffering
right.
the black dog, you're suffering depression. But
wow.
it also
No.
refers to misfits or racial slurs. So a lot of his music on this album talks about his life since coming to Australia. So he's a black man living in white society, and how he could have assimilated and just be like the rest of us, or just let his identity and himself come out, and a bit like what Kanye said, just be yourself and just do what you want to do, and people will either like you or not like you. So a lot of powerful words in his lyrics. Listen to it.
That's how we roll.
We might learn. Exactly. And while you're at it, you'll hopefully enjoy the music. So that's my review.
That was absolutely awesome. You are getting better at this every time.
Excellent. Oh, Blurt, stars. I haven't told you the stars.
Stars? What are you talking about?
Yeah, my rating.
Oh, sorry. How many Blurt stars?
Album.
My bad.
Yeah, Blurt stars.
Yes.
I'm going to give it 5 out of 5 Blurt stars, because I've really enjoyed it.
So
loving it.
You'd put ahead of Tash Sultana and the Ruins.
Yes.
Oh my God. So it's gone right up your little alley.
Yeah, sure has.
Wow. Okay.
I love it.
So that's why you're sitting uncomfortably. I understand now. But man, no, look, it sounds awesome. So no, really, I'm really quite excited to start listening to it. So, but
on Spotify,
fantastic, brilliant. Yeah, no, it'll be everywhere. Can you also, if anything that we discussed in the last 5 minutes has caused you any discomfort or pain, etc., we'll definitely have some links in the show notes to where you can go to get any sort of help you may need
assistance
to get. And we definitely endorse that. So we'll have some links there for it, because obviously that's a lot to do with the album itself. And the show notes will have the album link. It will have some of the stuff that we talked about with the mantis shrimp and the chocolate frog. A couple of things to read there. So as I say in the homework, have a look at that. It's always fun.
Yes.
I always do.
Yep. And we'll test you next week.
We will test you next week. All right, buddy. We are on our 47 minutes, going into our 48th minute. We've had a very good, timely show tonight.
We have.
It's rocketed on. The subject's been great. I've enjoyed it as usual.
I've had fun.
Good night from me.
And keep up the push-ups this week.
Oh, yes, we didn't even mention that.
Yes, we should have.
So, I'm not sure. How many do we need to do tomorrow? Do you know?
180 something.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
That's a lot.
That's
a lot of push-ups.
Yeah, no, it's a few. It's okay. I'm ready for it. It's a good cause that we're doing it for. So.
That's good.
Bye, people.
Bye.